Greetings, everyone, and thank you for being here. You have reached Kathleen Shattuck, and you are watching Soul Level Healing and Guidance. Hello, my subscribers. Thank you for returning to view me, hear me babble once again. And if you are new here, hi, my name is Kathleen, and I am a Reiki Master Teacher. I am a psychic medium and shaman, and I'm here today to do a reading for you. We have the full moon in Pisces that's coming up on Wednesday, August 30th. This full moon is going to be exact at 9:35 p.m. So if you have any full moon rituals in mind, that would be a good time to do it, before bed, sometime between after dinner and bedtime. Great time to go out and do your full moon releasing, whether it's lighting a candle and saying a prayer, whether it's writing something down on paper and then ripping it up and burning it. Just an exercise where you can get something you want to release, whether it's an emotion or a situation you're going through. It's kind of make a wish and get rid of it, okay? Just release what you feel needs to go in your heart. All right. Now we are having a blue moon. This is the first blue moon that we have had since August of 2021. So I want you guys to think about what you were dealing with 2 years ago. Okay, what was going on in August of 2021 for you? That is a clue about what you are needing to release at this time, okay? So August of 2021, we were right in the middle of COVID. It was a lot of chaos, a lot of fear, collective fear happening. So we really need to, unfortunately, get into some discomfort here and sit with the fear, sit with the panic and emotions, because we might be feeling some of that. We are in Virgo season now, and we also have Saturn, the planet of karmic lessons, in Pisces, okay? So that mixed with this Piscean full moon is really going to kind of add an extra punch there for us. Okay, especially emotionally, because the moon rules our emotions. Our emotions will be in the very tender sign of Pisces. So we might be feeling some of the same feelings we felt back then, around 2 years ago. This planet is coming in to give us our final Earth school exams. We are learning very hard lessons under the influence of these transits. And we are being asked to use these as an opportunity to release under the Piscean full moon. And we need to begin to prepare our minds and hearts for what is to come. So as much as you can just release and get rid of out of your body, let go of those sandbags that are holding you down, the better at this time. Now, Pisces, let's get into the sign of Pisces, okay? The tarot card of Pisces is the High Priestess. She represents intuition. The High Priestess trusts her faith above all other things in her life. Her intuition guides her, and she makes decisions based on her feelings, not on logic. And I know that very well because I'm a Pisces. I have, I believe, 5 planets in Pisces, so I'm overwhelmingly Piscean, and I frustrate the hell out of myself. So another card in tarot is the Hanged Man for Pisces, okay? I see the High Priestess as the feminine or lighter, more positive aspects of Pisces, where the Hanged Man can be represent some of the more negative or oppositely polarized aspects of Pisces. The Hangman for me, as an intuitive tarot reader, I usually see the Hanged Man card as a need for a change of perspective. I also see this card as saying to us, when you change the way you look at things, things begin to change. And so everything can be different based on how we are viewing the situation. And I think we're all being called to do that right now is, sometimes change the way you're looking at something, and then everything can change. So keep that in mind over the coming weeks. Some more positive Piscean traits that we can work with are Their unshakable belief and faith in God, themselves, and others. Pisceans are generally very devoted and emotionally supportive in their romantic and platonic relationships. They can be prudent, strong-willed, and austerious. They are also very fluid, and they have chameleon-like abilities to blend into any situation. They are highly intuitive, spiritually oriented, and they hold themselves to a higher standard. They live and perceive life through their emotions. Okay, that's the good side of Pisces. Now let's get into the downside of Pisces. And I wrote all of this, by the way. I wrote every word of this. I just have it in a format so I can present it in a very fluid way. Of course, like things fluid, I'm a Pisces. So, as two fish swimming in opposite directions, Pisceans tend to be scattered and unfocused, and sometimes they can be lazy. They are prone to fantasy. They can be gullible and far too trusting. They also tend to hold too much faith in others and see them as they wish they were, not for who they really are. They put people on pedestals and wear rose-colored glasses. They can struggle with addiction more than any other sign because they feel so deeply. And most Pisces are empaths, if not psychic, okay? Almost all Pisceans have some level of intuition that makes, their feelings like extra feely, all right? Some Pisceans in their darkness can show obsessive and addictive behaviors. They often prefer not to be in touch with reality. Reality is far too cruel of a place sometimes for Pisces, and they can sometimes live perfectly happy in their own little bubble, in their own little world, even if it's harmful to them. They have difficulty with discerning what is real and what is illusion, and they can also be prone to being martyrs and martyrdom, sacrificing themselves. They have a self-sacrificing nature that, while selfless, isn't very practical. They often sacrifice themselves to people and to situations that don't appreciate them. And yeah, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. These more negative traits of Pisces are something that we might face in many of our personal challenges over the coming weeks. So, how do we get through this full moon? Okay, this sounds like an emotional train wreck so far. Okay, I feel that it is by adopting the behaviors of the sign that is opposite of Pisces. Who is always there for Pisces? It's Virgo. Virgo and Pisces are often best friends because they have the pieces to the puzzle that the other one needs. Virgo and Pisces come together like this and align into a mega being, okay? Pisces and Virgo have everything. I mean, the Piscean is the dreamer and so full of life and carefree, and that really helps offset Virgo. But, that light and carefree isn't very practical. So Virgo's more, kind of parent-like traits are great for Pisces because it helps ground Pisces. So together, the two just create perfect harmony and balance. Virgo has the cure for what ails Pisces, and Pisces has what Virgo needs. Virgo is hardworking, disciplined, reliable, and stable. They are grounded and responsible, especially financially responsible, and that's something we all need to be thinking about right now. My guides are showing me tightening the belt buckle, okay? Tightening that belt. It's time to conserve right now. This is what my guides want you to know. It's time to conserve financially and start. They're also showing me like canned foods, jarred foods, storage, stocking up on your, kind of root cellar type of stuff. Now, back to Virgo, they are also ecologically mindful. Virgos are the grown-ups of the zodiac, and we can adopt some of these traits when it comes to being spiritually disciplined and also kind of resisting temptations for us to go back to our old stories and our old lives and ways of being. Okay, this is what we're trying to overcome. We must have the discipline and the fortitude necessary to stay away from the people, places, and things that take our power away, that make us feel weak, that make us feel drained and exhausted. All right? It is time for us to take back our power and our control over our lives and what direction that we are heading. We steer our own ship, and it's time to take control of our ships, okay? We are manifesting and creating our reality as it comes along. So it's really important now we harness ourselves in. Wherever in your life you feel you have gotten out of control in any way, it is time now for you to pull yourself back to you. It's time to call back all of your energy to yourself, okay? And we're going to do a little exercise at the end of this video. I'm going to keep the reading part kind of brief here, but we will do a little bit of exercise to release and let go for this video, and do some Reiki with you too. Okay, so let's go ahead and come back to, getting rid of things, taking back our power. It's a time to surrender. It's time to surrender our egos. Okay, surrender control, let go of control, and trust and have faith. Okay, it's time to get into those lower chakras and start doing some of the uncomfortable shadow work. It's going to make you squirm. It's going to make you have a panic attack. It's going to make you rage. It's going to piss you off. But you know what? You can't get around it. You've got to go through it. You've got to do it. You've got to start facing the stuff you've been avoiding, the stuff inside of you that is so unhealed and so toxic, yet you just continue to ignore it. It's that kind of stuff that really needs the most work here. Okay, so root chakra, sacral chakra, and your solar plexus, those three, whatever you're holding there, it's time to start working on the lower chakras and on grounding. Okay, and this was gifted from my guides. Okay, this is a message from my Council of Light, the Angelic Council of 12 that I work with. They are Arcturian Council of 12. This is angelic beings that I work with. They had this to say to us. It says, they present it as me saying it, but it was from them. We are mastering the flames of the destruction of the old story that we told about ourselves, our lives, and the truths of our world. We are making room and creating the space for the new, while trusting that we won't be consumed by the fire. It's a lesson in letting go and mastery of the shadow self. It is time to graduate Earth's school, and it is not for the faint of heart. So I want you all to know, all of you watching this, if you have come across my channel, that means that you are in mastery school and you are in some spiritual lessons at this time. I want you to know that only the bravest of the brave come to Earth. It is probably the hardest place in the universe to be, and the density is so intense that many get trapped here, and many come here with high hopes, thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to get in and get out. And you know what, they come in, they incarnate here, and they get involved in karmic type of relationships, and they wind up getting stuck here for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or millions of years. Okay, there's many of us, myself included, that have been here since Atlantis at least. So this is the same story playing out over and over again in different scenarios, and we are going to be facing some I'm not going to say destruction or catastrophe because I really don't know what the hell's going to happen. And I'm certainly not going to preach fear. I know I get warnings, okay? I get warnings. I know I've had disaster dreams my whole life. But I don't feel like that is anything that's set in stone. I think those are all just possible timelines or futures that we have, and it's up to us as a collective to steer that collective ship to safe ground and to higher ground. And I think we can do that right now, especially with opportunities like this full moon, where we can release and let go of what needs to be released. And that way we can lighten, right? Each, thing you let go of is like a sandbag, dropping one and another, and it starts lightening you. And like a hot air balloon, you begin to rise in frequency and vibration. And when you do that, and many others do it, okay, many other you, like light workers that are watching me right now, okay, when you do that, you have the power of like 1 million people, okay? They say that just a few of us light workers and star seeds can have a huge impact on, a massive scale. So our power is very, very great, and we just don't even realize it. And I'm here to teach you how to start taking control of that power and using it to better yourselves and better the world, okay? So I want you guys to really work on releasing things. I want you to, meditate. I want you to do rituals, whatever practice you come up with. Know that it is a positive thing and that you are connecting with spirit when you are doing that. I highly encourage, praying. And if you, are having a struggle with your spirituality and who, your faith and who you're praying to and believing in, I'm always available for spiritual counseling. Now, I did have a few more things to say here about this Mercury. Oh, Mercury. That's the other thing I wanted to speak about. Mercury is in retrograde, okay? So we have Saturn in Pisces. We've got the full moon in Pisces. And all while Mercury retrograde is in Virgo. Okay, so this could bring out some of the more negative Virgo traits, okay, within us or within our environment, and especially when it comes to communications, because Mercury rules communications. So negative traits in communication to watch out for during the next few weeks will be nitpicking, being judgmental, being hypercritical, and worrying obsessively, okay, or excessively, or obsessing on things. It's really important that we deal with these traits in ourselves and others by doing more, positive, adopting more positive Virgo traits. And those are going to be being helpful, being kind, being patient, being logical, okay? Yes, Virgo has quite a range there, but if we can just combat that with the opposite, it will really, really help us kind of maneuver through these coming weeks. I think there's going to be a real test on our patience, on our emotions. Our emotions are going to be very tender. So one thing I did not really say too much is that Pisceans are extremely tender creatures. We're very tender-hearted. We wear our hearts like on our sleeve, and it's just something that we do, and we can't help it. We're very romantic people, very old-fashioned when it comes to love and relationships. Pisceans are very giving people, and they're very responsible hardworking people. In fact, many Pisceans are entrepreneurs. Okay, there's like more Piscean entrepreneurs than there is any other sign. So we're very industrious, very kind of go-getting. Those of us that have those more extroverted traits within our charts, because there's a lot of Pisceans I know that are very withdrawn from, you know, being around people and being in the spotlight. But those Pisceans usually have some kind of artistic trait that is balanced with that. So I think one more thing I'd like to get for this reading is going to be just one card. Instead of doing our traditional tarot card spread, I felt like I just needed to give you guys, you know, some different kind of guidance. I think we just need to keep things fresh and keep things changing up. And what I'm doing right now is going with the Feeling Your Feelings card deck. And we're going to find out what feeling do we need to work on over the coming weeks as a collective. What feeling do we need to work on over the coming weeks? All right, thank you. Oh boy, okay, yep, we got fear. The card of fear has come up, and I'm actually starting to feel that. I'm starting to feel that in my throat for some reason. So I think that means I'm interpreting that as the guides telling me there's a fear around communication in this energy, okay? And this card says, think of a time when you felt like you were anxious or afraid. Where did you feel it in your body? What were the physical signals that the fight, flight, or freeze system had activated or switched on? Fear and its close friend anxiety frequently go hand in hand, and our physical sensations are often the first to show us that they've been triggered. Try being mindful today of little signals from your body when fear or anxiety get activated. Okay? And I will leave you with that. If you guys need me, you know where to find me. I'll leave all of my information in the description box. I hope you take good care until I see you again, and I'll be back with another video soon. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next moon.